Hey there guys, welcome back to another video on Dad to Dad. Now, today I'm going to go over a fairly creepy moment that I had to have happen to me from being a father that I honestly did not expect I was going to have to deal with. So, we all know that kids can be incredibly creepy, like way creepier than they ever know that they are. And this story is one of those moments. So, it was actually storming outside. There was thunder and lightning going off and I was dead asleep. Both my girls were in bed. I woke up suddenly and heard rustling in my oldest daughter's room. So naturally I got up in the complete darkness of my house. It was probably like 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. And I walk out there and I walk over to her room. So mind you, it is storming pretty hard out. So it feels like a horror movie just moving along to the next terrifying scene. I walk into her room and in the darkness I just see someone standing in the middle of her room. And it's a child-sized person and I realize that it's my daughter. And I go over to look at her and then stop because I notice that she has the hair over her face like Grudge style. She's standing in the middle of her room, she has her hair over her face, and it's storming like crazy outside in the middle of the night. So naturally, I was incredibly creeped out. I call to her, and she doesn't answer me. So I call to her again, and once again, does not answer me. So I slowly creep up to her, and touch her on the shoulder, and lift her head up, and her eyes are completely closed. She has been sleepwalking and just decided to stay in that creepy pose for me. So I slowly turn her around and walk her back to her bed and lay her down in her bed, and she starts talking in her sleep. So then I just turn around to look at her and she's dead asleep, just chattering. I walk back into my bedroom, go back into my bed, and try to fall asleep to the creepy, horrifying sounds of a thunderstorm and my kid talking in their sleep. Now, sleepwalking in children is actually really common, and it's the same thing for talking in their sleep, so definitely don't be surprised if either one of those are happening. They have a really active imagination and mind, and it does not shut down all the way when they go to bed. Makes them get up and walk around sometimes, makes them yell at people in their sleep sometimes. And the crazy thing is, they're doing all this activity at night. You figured that they're going to be sleeping in, right? No, they're going to be up super early, and while you're sleeping in your bed, you're suddenly going to wake up to this. Just a pair of eyes staring at you as close as you can, and it scared the crap out of me the first time it happened, but you get used to it as it continues on. I mean, I shouldn't have to get used to somebody standing 3 inches away from my face every morning I wake up, but after a while, you just go, yup, hi, scared the crap out of me the first time, I suppose this is just what my life is now. So here's the thing, everybody generally has creepy child stories about things that their kids have done. I've heard stories where people say that their kid pointed at something in the house and said there's someone there, or they just say something incredibly creepy. You're gonna have to just be prepared for all of that because you're gonna have a lot of fun coming your way. Unless you're already going through it, then you're already enjoying that fun. It's great to be creeped out in your own house. There was even one time where I was driving with my daughter and she was like maybe 3 and she was talking to me and says, "Hey Daddy, I saw a possum today." And I was excited for her. I was like, all right, saw a possum, that's great. Where'd you see a possum? She said, I saw it with Grandma. I was like, oh yeah, well, where were you when you saw the possum? She said, well, I was in her car driving. I go, oh, well, did you see it out the window? She said, yeah, it was on the side of the road. I said, oh, okay. And then she got real serious and just said it was dead. And I just kind of backed my head up and went, oh, well. And before I could even finish my sentence, she continues, it was dead. I saw its eyes, Dad. It was dead. And at that point, I don't really know how to respond to that other than just being like, That's really unfortunate for that possum. I mean, I'm glad you saw a possum, but very sad circumstances, I guess. And she just continued on being her happy self after that, after blurting out something horrific. So aside from living scene by scene in horror movies and waking up to an eyeball staring at you as close as you can be to them, and horrific statements about dead animals on the side of the road and seeing their eyes, yeah, just about like a normal everyday. And if you like my videos, feel free to go ahead and subscribe or maybe give it a like, whatever you want to do. I'll have some more videos coming out soon.